All right, we're going to have a little talk about spinnerbaits. Heavy spinnerbaits, a little heavier wire than most people are used to. Why it's such a good idea, and why you really need to pay attention to this, because it will catch you more fish if you can get your head around it and get into it. All right, boys and girls, we're going to have a little talk today about spinnerbaits and why heavier and heavier wire is better than those thin light things. For starters, let's just say that the closer you get your lure to the fish, the more fish you're going to catch. These little light quarter, 3/8, half-ounce spinnerbaits, you throw them out, you wind them back, you know, they're going to run a couple of feet deep. Well, you know, if the fish is in a couple of foot of water, that's fine. But if you're fishing water that's a little bit deeper, you need to get that bait down. And that's where these heavy lures come in handy. So, and the wire is a big thing too. These real light, so many of these little things, the wire is like 0.35. That's too light. You hang a big fish, you're going to straighten that thing out, and after about 3, 4, 5 fish, wire's going to break. This is kind of an example here. This is just old Booyah spinnerbait that I bought. But fortunately, it does have a little bit heavier wire. It's got, if you can see the caliper there, well, actually it does have, it's got 35. That's just no bueno, because you hang a big fish, it's going to straighten it out like that, and after you bend it a few times, it's going to break right there. So that's just not any good. So ideally, you want heavier wire. This spinnerbait right here started out as a 1-ounce spinnerbait. I wanted it a little heavier, and it's also got, it's got 40. That's as light as I want to go with wire. And another critical thing is, it's got the twist bend. That is critical. It will not straighten out like those R-bends will. This will last a lot longer. And like I say, this started out as a 1-ounce spinnerbait, but I wanted it a little heavier. So what I did, I took one of those rubber cord sinkers and squeezed it on to the hook shaft right there. So that 1-ounce spinnerbait, let's just see what we've got here weight wise. You can see the scales. Two ounces, double the weight, by adding that rubber cord sinker, the blades and everything, added a little weight to it. So now I've got a 2-ounce spinnerbait, but I've also got, if you like a little smaller spinnerbait, it's got a number 5 blade on it. But it's 2 ounces, so it'll get on down there. Now, if we want to move into the bigger spinnerbaits, and these are primarily the ones I use the most. This one, this started out as an 1.5 ounce head. I got a number 8 Colorado and a number 5 Colorado. So this is a double Colorado. No extra added weight, but I've got my nice 3/0 Gamakatsu trailer hook on it. Critical. And you'll see that the blade does not hang back farther than the trailer hook. Also critical. A little bit heavier wire. We got 0.45. Ideal. Ideal for this kind of stuff. All right, now we can play with colors a little bit. We got all chartreuse. Again, twist eye, got a number 7 and a number 4 Colorado blade. This is a tandem willow. Also critical is a good ball bearing swivel. You can see it'll spin forever. And now we've got, like I talked about on the podcast that I was on, I play with a kicker blade sometimes. So we got a white number 7, we got a number 5 red, Just add a little color to it. Got a little red bead there too. Got a little red in the skirt. Again, red trailer hook. Same rig going in all chartreuse. Still weighs almost 2 1/4 ounces, 2.16. Here's another double Colorado with a big number 8. This is just a single one. This is something I'm playing with. Again, trailer. If you don't use a trailer hook on these things, you're crazy. It's going to cost you some fish. See, we got right at 2 ounces on that one. Now, if you want to step down, like again, like I say, you can drop to a number 5. You can add that big weight. This is a little different one. It's going to come in at a little over 2 ounces. Now, this is even a smaller one. This has got a little number 5. This is just a little tinier rig if you ever want to go real small. But again, we've got 40. And we've got 1 1/4 ounces. You want to stay away from the lightweight spinnerbaits. They will not do you any good at all. Now this is one I made. This started out as a 1 ounce head. No added weight. Number 8. This is for fishing a little shallow water if I want to. A number 8 and number 5. Colorado. And with this one we're coming in 1.5 ounces. It's not that big a spinnerbait, but it will catch the snot out of big fish. This is an experimental job. This is a 1 ounce head. Got a number 8 clear plastic blade. I played with it a little bit. It's coming in at 1.25 ounces. This now this is the little mini me that I made. It's got the little hidden weight already made into it, but it's a little tiny thing. It's between 1.25 ounces, 1.5 ounces. And this is another little mini me. It's not real big, but I've got a trailer on it. And again, my trailer is hanging back beyond the blade. You do not want your blade hanging back beyond any hook. You just don't. These little mini me's, they got the R-band, they got the light wire, but that's just something you got to deal with. And it's got 35 wire, but that's pretty much all of these come that way. You just, not much you can do about it. It is what it is. But you're not usually going to catch giant fish on them. You know, maybe some big spots or something like that. And I mean, even that little mini me, I'm right at 1.25 ounces. And here's one I'm experimenting with, a little mini me. Double Colorado, but both clear plastic blades. Transparent. 1.25 ounces again. This is the booyah that I bought. Showed a while ago. All right, on the package, it says 1/2 ounce. That's just, you know, and it's got that big blade. You just, to get it down, you're gonna have to wind it so slow that it's just no bueno. See, it says 1/2 ounce, but it weighs nearly 1 ounce. So I don't know where they come up with these stupid weights on these packages, but they're usually wrong. But the main thing about these big, heavy spinnerbaits, and they don't necessarily have to be big. You can downsize them a little bit with number 5 blades. Like I say, this one weighs almost 2 ounces. It's got the hidden weight on it. It's not that big. This one, 2 1/4. It's got the big number 8. But here is the key, and this is what's so important. You can wind it faster and keep it deeper. That's the thing. If you try to wind this little thing here, if you let it sink to the bottom and try to wind it fast, it's coming right back to the top. Again, the closer you get your bait to the fish, the more fish you're going to catch. My God, that's just logic. Everybody ought to know that. Every fish, there's a limit how far the fish is going to run to get a bait. So if the fish are a little bit deeper and you're fishing something like this and it's only getting 2 feet deep and the fish are 6 or 7 feet deep, odds are they're not coming after it. But if you get this down and hit them in the head with it, you got yourself some fish. So that's just my opinion, but I have caught over 400 fish over 5 pounds on these big spinner baits. I've been doing it for 40 years. It works. If somebody's got some numbers that can challenge that, I would really love to hear it. But I'm not interested in anecdotal information, or I did this, or I did. Show me some data. Show me some records. You know. But I mean, you could take this for whatever it's worth. But you know, if you want to catch more fish, you're going to look into this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's it for me. And also, I hope you all appreciate the gigantic mess I have created out here, so I can kind of tell you all about this stuff. I got spinnerbaits scattered all over hell in creation. My scales, calipers, everything. It's a mess. It's going to take me an hour to clean it up. Anyway, hope somebody listens. And as an afterthought, plastic trailers. 40 years ago, yeah, I used them a lot because I didn't use trailer hooks either. But now, with the big spinner baits I use, like this, with all the big bulky skirt and all that, the plastic trailers are just absolutely not needed. I mean, the spinner bait's so big and so bulky, that little tiny piece of plastic hanging on the hook is totally irrelevant. And if anything, it adds a little buoyancy to your spinnerbait when you're trying to get it down. So I haven't used plastic trailers in over 35 years now. It's just not a thing, and I just don't think it's necessary whatsoever. But that's just my opinion. But you know, I've got a few fish catches here over the years to kind of back up that spinnerbait works pretty darn good without it. But again, that's my opinion.